the efficient running of the state, His Excellency the President has determined that there is need to increase the total number of cabinet ministers from 21 to 30, and the total number of other ministers from 21 to 51. Now, therefore, be it resolved by this Parliament that the total number of cabinet ministers provided for under Article 113(2) be increased from 21 to 30, and the total number of other ministers provided for under Article 114(3) be increased from 21 to 51. That, Honourable Speaker and members, I beg to move.
Is the motion seconded? Seconded by Honourable Nifa, Honourable Bigava, Honourable Sentai, Honourable the whole House, except a few of my neighbors here. Can you speak to your motion? Or except Honourable Namboze, Honourable Senyonyi, and the Honourable Kalawanga David, Honourable
Right Honourable
Kasanda, yes.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable members, this is my justification. The Constitution of the Republic of Uganda under Articles 113 and 114 empowers the President with the approval of Parliament to determine and vary the number of cabinet ministers and other ministers. This flexibility was deliberately embedded to ensure that the executive remains responsive to the evolving needs of our nation. Right Honourable Speaker, let me talk about the constitutional basis. Article 111 mandates that the President shall determine the number of ministers reasonably necessary for the efficient running of the state. Article 113(2) and 114(3) Cabinet and other ministers at 21 unless Parliament approves a variation. Parliament has historically varied the number of ministers in every session since the 6th Parliament, establishing precedent and continuity. Right Honourable Speaker, let me talk about the population and administrative growth. Uganda's population has grown from 20 million in 1995 to 45.9, approximately 46 in 2024 census. The districts have expanded from 39 to 146, creating new governance demands. As per a per capita increase in ministerial portfolios is necessary to match service delivery needs and ensure equitable representation. That Honourable Speaker and Honourable members, let me talk about change in government priorities and the new programs. Government priorities have evolved to address poverty eradication, wealth creation, and inclusive growth. Flagship programs such as the Parish Development Model, PDM, the Emyoga Initiative, and climate resilience strategies require dedicated ministerial oversight to ensure effective implementation. Specialized portfolios are needed to coordinate cross-cutting programs, monitor government performance, and guarantee accountability at grassroots level. Right Honourable Speaker and members, under service delivery and efficiency, more ministers allow specialization, clear mandates, and stronger oversight. We have expanded leadership has coincided with improved indicators, poverty reduction, increased life expectancy, and reduced mortality. Dedicated portfolios for emerging priorities, digital transformation, climate resilience, regional integration, and special interest groups such as the elderly ensure tailored policy responses. Right Honorable Speaker and members, this motion is not about numbers alone. It is about efficiency, accountability, inclusivity, and alignment with Vision 2040 and the National Development Plan 4, as you all are aware. While concerns about cost and duplication have been raised, Uganda's governance demands are unique, and the Constitution provides for this adaptive approach. Now, therefore, I move that this Parliament approves the variation in the number of cabinet ministers and other ministers in accordance with Articles 113 and 114 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, so that government may effectively meet the socio-economic aspiration of our people. Right Honorable Speaker and members, I beg to move.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Honorable Kafuuzi. That is in anticipation. He is a member of Parliament for Chaka South County, Chegegwa District. Honorable Kafuuzi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Permit me to congratulate you upon assuming as Speaker of this House. Permit me to take this opportunity to congratulate Her Excellency, the Vice President, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Members of Parliament, for making it to this House. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, this is the justification for the motion for variation. The Constitution of the Republic of Uganda provides clear guidance on the composition of cabinet. Like the Right Honorable Prime Minister has said, Article 111 establishes that the cabinet shall be composed of the President, the Vice President, the Prime Minister, and such other ministers as may appear to the President to be reasonably necessary for the efficient running of the state. Article 113, Clause 2, and 114, Clause 3, set a baseline of 21 cabinet ministers and 21 other ministers, commonly known as ministers, but explicitly allows Parliament to approve any variation beyond those numbers. This means that the framers of the Constitution anticipated evolving governance needs and deliberately vested Parliament with the authority to approve the adjustments. The legal principle of variation. The operative words are reasonably necessary and with the approval of Parliament. This establishes a dual safeguard. The President proposes best on governance needs, and Parliament exercises oversight to ensure the variation is justified. Each Parliament must approve anew. Past approvals lapse with the end of Parliament. This ensures accountability and prevents automatic inflation of cabinet numbers. Practice and precedent. Since the 6th Parliament, variations have been approved to reflect Uganda's growing administrative and policy demands. The 12th Parliament now considers a fresh variation consistent with constitutional practice and precedent. This is not a departure from the law, but its faithful application. Parliament as the constitutional check to ensure that cabinet size is not arbitrarily but legally sanctioned. Honorable members, the principle is clear. Cabinet numbers are not fixed. They are varied by law through Parliament to meet evolving national needs. As you all know, we've gone through an election where a new mandate has been given to the head of state and all of you. The head of state traversed the country explaining a manifesto which Ugandans have approved. So he needs a team that will work to effect that manifesto. And it is our mandate as members of Parliament to approve the variation. Therefore, I second this motion that Parliament approves the variation in the numbers of cabinet ministers and other ministers in accordance with Article 113 and 114 of the Constitution to effectively, so that government can effectively meet its socio-economic operations. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Honorable Patrick Oshabe, what's the procedure issue?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to raise this procedural matter. Right Honorable Speaker, I was in the 11th Parliament. I was in the 10th Parliament. But in the 11th Parliament, Right Honorable Speaker, the Prime Minister came here and convinced the House about a government program on rationalization, and we went through a rigorous process of rationalizing so many agencies. And the Prime Minister convinced the country that it is the right way to go, that the Cabinet agreed and the President agreed that they needed to cut down on expenditure, and because of the large numbers of government agencies. Right Honorable Speaker, among the things we expected.
Procedural question? The procedural issue?
Yeah, I'm coming, Right Honorable Speaker. Kindly allow. Right Honorable Speaker, we are here. The same Prime Minister who would have moved within the Constitution, because the Constitution gives a number 21. In the wisdom of rationalization, the same Prime Minister cannot come to this House, Right Honorable Speaker, trying to vary, to increase any variation, Right Honorable Speaker, if rationalization, the objectives of rationalization were to be achieved, any variation should be that probably this time round, the Prime Minister is before this House to cut down on the number of ministers as were presented in the previous Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker, are we proceeding well to sit here having gone through rationalization where so many ministries were downgraded and they were merged, Right Honorable Speaker, to come here and have the Prime Minister varying to increase the numbers of ministers, yet they would have gone through the same process of rationalization. Thank you. Are we proceeding well?
Honorable Prime Minister, are there ministries who are merged or downgraded? Can you be on record? And you are coming back here to reactivate them?
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker and members. Honorable members, the number of ministers and the ministers of state that have been carrying out duties is the same number we have brought. We have not changed what we... Yes, we have not. Rationalization was because we were having ambiguous, I want to remember, and duplication of work. I want you to remember UNRWA was doing the same work and the Ministry of Works. So we are here to present the same number we had in the last Parliament.
Thank you. Honorable Namboze.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
1 minute.
Right Honorable Speaker, I stand here first of all to congratulate Honorable Nabbanja, who has just been approved by this House. Hope you will use this time now to tell us where Jebichi Balama is. Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand here to oppose the motion. On one ground, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, since we gave ourselves this constitution, this country has never at any one time attempted to try out this particular article of our constitution. We should think about the framers of this constitution, what they thought about when they came out to limit the number of ministers. Mr. Speaker, I want to guess that the idea was to limit top leaders from using appointments to patronize the country. The Prime Minister stated that they want to cover the governance gap that has been created by the increase. But Mr. Speaker, today we have in that direction, therefore, we have more local leaders. If there is any governance gap that has been created, that gap can be fixed by the local leaders. And we know, Mr. Speaker, that the President has already designated colleagues here to be ministers. And by coming here after designating and announcing ministers, we are being treated as if we are just a rubber stamp parliament. I want to appeal to colleagues that for the first time in the history of this country, let's for the first time stay this motion and try out the number of ministers as given in the Constitution. After all, the country now, the world now has opened up to more technology. More roads have been constructed. We have more local leaders. We have many MPs. And Mr. Speaker, there is no reason now we could think that each and every subject should be supervised by a minister. And if we are by rationalization, we intended to curb having one department duplicating services. Here we have ministers for regions. What is more duplication than having a minister to serve just a region? That this is a minister for Uganda, this is a minister for Busoga, Mr. Speaker.
Your information is this way. Would you want to take?
Only to emphasize that, Mr. Speaker, you know, by saying this, I'm representing you because I'm your MP.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Isn't that blackmail?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Gohen Amanya, and I want to raise this issue of information to my colleagues. What is being brought here is a provision under Article 113 and under Article 114. The issue they are talking about, the issue of rationalization, does not come onto play when we are talking about ministers. It is only when we are talking about departments in those ministries. The ministers, letters, and Honorable Nambozi raised an issue saying that the framers of this constitution saw it fit to create a provision under a special provision of the constitution. The special provision of the constitution uses the word shall, but it goes ahead and creates an exception to that provision. And that's why the Honorable Robinah Nabbanja has raised the issue under that provision. So therefore, to come and here and tell us that that is wrong, I think we are going into one way or the other misfiring on the issue that is before this Parliament. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to tell my colleagues that what we are dealing with is an issue of raising the numbers under a constitutional provision. And the framers of the Constitution saw it deemed fit under separation of powers. They have given us that power under the Constitution. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable team, please, it is important that
thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
1 minute for you.
I am Sergeant Retired Otim Bernard, Member of Parliament, representing the wonderful people of Maruzi North County in Apache District. Right Honorable Speaker, I stand here to support the motion as moved by the Right Honorable Prime Minister. For this reason, before coming to be a Member of Parliament, I have been frequently following events in this House. And among key events that I followed was that this very Parliament, where some members, including the senior Honorable Nabozo, was sitting, passed a motion which approved the same number of ministers which served the country successfully. Secondly, the Honorable Nambozo, if I'm not mistaken, is a shadow minister. Was a shadow minister whose mandate was similar or in the same lane with the mandate that the Prime Minister seeks us to approve now. The issue is, why should we take the country into cycles? It is common saying that you cannot eat your bread and have it. Last Parliament, same people passed the same motion. Why should it be passed? The only issue should be, as we pass it now, equity is equality. The people of Lao sub-region voted for NRM and President Museveni overwhelmingly, 84%. But they got only 4 appointments. So let's pass, but we need more appointments. I beg to move.
Thank you. I think it's giving validation that the motion is valid, but also he wants more to be added. People want more. Honorable Paul Mwiro, you are the last on this matter because, yeah.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to oppose the motion basing on Article 113 and 114. Right Honorable Speaker, the framers of the Constitution clearly left the numbers as they are in this constitution. And government has not moved to amend these provisions, left them the way they are, so that it is up to this parliament. Meaning that it is this parliament who knows that this country is recovering from the effects of COVID. When you look at the tax collection in this country, and you look at the cost under governance, it is important that we as leaders, we know that these ministers are policy makers. And actually, when we reduce the number, it is in their interest that we are finding money, more money for subsidy delivery. I've looked at, one of the ministers was looking at me, Honorable Speaker, I seek for your protection. And one of the appointed ministers.
In front of you, save for the two Vice President and Prime Minister, I can't say any minister.
Right, Honorable Speaker, it is about the cost. We are saying we have tried all along, we have been coming here and getting this resolution. For today, let us maintain the numbers as they are in the Constitution. And we see how it works out. So that next time, if it does not work, we shall base on that to do that adjustment. I thank you.
Somebody had somebody saying, when is next time? Yes, Honorable Manuel.
Motion, Mr. Speaker.
There is a motion. Honorable Mara.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Given the fact that you've given members sufficient time to debate this motion, I would like to move under Article 61, H, Rule 61 rather, N, that we now close the debate so that you can put the question. Thank you.
Let me first process that motion. Is the motion seconded? Okay. Can I now put the question to the motion that the debate on this matter be closed and the question be put? Those in favor say aye, to the contrary say aye. The ayes have it. I now want to move the motion, read the motion for the resolution of this House to vary the total number of cabinet ministers and other ministers under Articles 1132 and 1143 of the Constitution of Uganda, of the Republic of Uganda. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary say aye. The ayes have it. Honorable members, before we go to one of the last items of designation of members, I want to report that I've received a notification has been given to us from the National Unity Party. It's a platform. Forgive my third ignorance. I thought it was a party.